Okay, you can't keep watching everyone else glow up and pretend that you are okay with staying where you are. I won't allow it. I'm sorry. It's not happening around here. Because I know that you want more from life, and as you should. I mean, this is literally your birthright, and you're supposed to achieve the best things possible. But I think that you just forgot how powerful you are when you make that decision, so I'm here to remind you. This is the season where you finally stop doubting yourself and overthinking every single step and become the woman that gets everything she wants. Let me be very clear, Winter Arc is not about ticking off goals. Winter Arc is about becoming the person that achieves those goals without even thinking about them. So when January comes around, you are already in that goal-getter era, and this is your new normal. You don't have to get into the mindset, you are already in it, and you can just keep going. You can add on to it. You are ready to take those next steps. And when you do this, I can promise you that in the next 2 months, people will not recognize who you are anymore. You won't even recognize yourself. That's how much you will glow up. And while everyone else in January will be saying to themselves, new year, new me kind of crap, you will be already 10 steps ahead. Here's a mindset shift. I'm telling you that this mentality is one of the highest forms of self-love, because you're working in favor of your future self, of your future plan, of your vision. You are literally giving her a head start with the decisions that you are making right now. And every decision matters, no matter how tiny it is. Because every single time you choose her and stay loyal to your plan, you are becoming absolutely unstoppable. And when you get to the point where everyone else would normally give up, you won't. You will be 10 steps ahead already. You won't even think about giving up, because that is literally not in your book. Giving up does not exist. It's not a concept that you are even familiar with, because you are already in that headspace, that mindset that allows you to be so motivated, so focused, and so resilient that giving up is not an option. Your life is built on choices, and your path is only determined by the next decision you make. This means that you have so much power, it is unreal to not use it, because you can become anyone you want. That's how powerful you are. And you don't need to wait for the world to be perfect or your conditions to be ideal. You don't need to wait for none of that. All you need to do right now is just make that decision that this is who you are becoming and what you are doing in your life, and just start. And of course, I want to help you as much as I can in this journey, because I've been there myself and I've been lost so many times, and I really wish I had this video that you're watching right now to get me started in this journey and also make me feel reassured that I am actually on the right path. So here are some tips that I learned along my way. First of all, make discipline an aesthetic. Make it girly, make it cute, make it feminine, because who said discipline has to be strict and ugly and scary? It doesn't have to be that way to work. In order for it to really work, it has to be in tune with your own energy and who you are as a person. What works for you and what doesn't. That's what you need to know. And that's how you define your own discipline. Because discipline is essentially showing up for yourself consistently every single day and every time you said that you would, which means that it only is possible when you are doing things that actually excite you and that actually work with you and your energy levels and who you are as a person. So for example, if for me waking up at 6 a.m. doesn't work, I'm not gonna do it. But instead, I'm gonna allow myself to have a slow morning routine, because that makes me more productive. Essentially, as long as you keep showing up, I can just tell you right now that your success becomes inevitable, and it's literally around that corner. And make sure to do one thing every single day that your future self would thank you for. Even if we are talking about your future self next week. So for example, if there's something that you have to do next week but you have time for this week, do yourself that favor and get your future self one step ahead by doing that thing this week. Also, our brains are wired to reward progress, so track it. Track every single thing, because you are not tracking perfection here. You are tracking your steps and how you are growing and improving. And when your brain sees that, it releases happy hormones, which makes you more motivated and feel more fulfilled, which is literally what we want. And every single step is essentially you improving and moving forward, and that's what you need. And let me remind you, while I'm talking about this, that your best looks different every single day, and that is okay. So one day it might be you just doing 15 minutes of work, another day it might be a full-on work day, and both are moving you forward. And lastly, replace I have to thoughts with I get to. I get to work, I get to show up for myself, I get to be so blessed, I get to work on my project, I get to wake up every single day, I get to work on my vision, I get to dream, I get to imagine how this would look like if I achieve this. Discipline should not feel like a chore. but a privilege. So this winter, while everybody else is waiting around for January to start, you are already 10 steps ahead. And you are gonna be that person that people will be asking, how does she do it? You're gonna be that person that people come to for advice, for inspiration, for motivation. You are gonna be that person that people admire for your success and your progress and how motivated and resilient and disciplined you are. You are this walking success that everyone else is looking up to. And most importantly, you are doing this for yourself and for your future, because that way, the more fulfilled you feel, the more love you can spread, the more kindness you can spread. You can literally help so many other people when you feel good yourself. Because hot girls choose themselves and follow the plan, not the moods. Let me know in the comments if that motivated you. And every single thing, my socials, my podcast, every single thing is linked down below. So make sure to have a look at my description box. And I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.